afternoon, folks. Big Bo with RVs with Big Bo at Parkway RV Center on a very windy Wednesday. And in fact, I was surprised I got a drone shot at all of this thing. It wasn't the smoothest one I've done and took a lot of takes. But today, guys, I want to review one that I am pretty happy we got in. This is one that I love. It's an older style Monaco. You don't see these things very often hit the market. People that have them hang on to them because they know they can't find another one because they don't build them like this anymore. And they pretty much become collector's items, these older Monacos and Holiday Ramblers. And this particular one, guys, has low miles. It's incredible condition for an 08. And this is a 2008 Monaco Diplomat 36 PDQ. And this particular unit is 37 feet long with 4 slide outs. Diesel pusher. 45,000 miles. So far, guys, everything I've touched on it looks great and works. So far, everything I've touched. And guys, I'm gonna hurry up and get through with the outside. It is windy out here. I don't want to take a chance of ripping the awnings, even though they do have the wind shocks on the power awnings, but still, why tempt fate, because these are the original awning fabrics. It is the acrylic cloth-like material on the door and the patio awning. Beautiful multi-stage full body paint. Well, these doors will stay open. Does have the 8 kW Onan diesel generator running right now, powering everything inside. This unit's got the 400 horsepower ISL 8.9 liter inline 6 Cummins diesel with 400 horsepower, 1,200 pound-feet of torque and a 10,000 pound tow capacity. Made it up to a Allison 3000 World 6-speed automatic transmission. The paint, the finish looks incredible, especially considering that the age of this motorhome. I mean, it's 15 years old, guys. And you know, like I said, they don't build them like this anymore. All metal frame, hydraulic slide outs, hydraulic jacks, fiberglass roof. Speaking of that roof, let me pop a drone up real quick, show you what the roof looks like, and looks incredible for the age. Hang on one second. And you can see, guys, besides just a little bit of fading on the top of the cab, which you can't see unless you, which you can't see from down here. You only see it if you're up on the roof on a ladder or flying a drone, which I don't think many of y'all are going to do that. Man, that looks perfect. Got some good storage, guys. This is full pass-through right here with a storage tray. Now, I've only got one side open. The other side opens, so you can open this from either way. Big tray makes it easy to get your stuff in and out. And I'm hoping my audio is not getting drowned out by the wind. I do have the windscreen on my mic, so hope it doesn't muffle my voice too bad. This unit, I do have it running, got the generator running. Does have 50 amp electrical service with the power hose reel. And I'm just going to kind of close these doors as I go. Got the slam style doors. This is your water filter wrench for your onboard fresh water system. Michelin tires. I don't see a date code on them, but they still got the tabs on them. There's no dry cracking, no weather cracking, so if you want to know a date code, you may have to have a salesperson get under there. I can't get under there, try to see them. Maybe they're on the inside of the tire and get that for you, but we're going to drive it later in the video, and we drove it several hundred miles here. Don't think there's any issues here. Batteries, all Duracells, look pretty good. Looks like at one time they may have had a battery that leaked in the battery compartment, which is pretty common. Get a little corrosive battery acid on it, makes it look like that, but they all look good here. Look pretty. Let's see here. 4 of 22, so that looks like it's all brand new batteries, and we didn't put these in. So those batteries are just 4 or 5 months old. Over here, guys, you've got your big 2,000 watt Magnum inverter, and looks like it was put in 2012. Polyethylene coated compartments, easy to clean. You do have 2 furnaces on this particular floor plan, 2 propane furnaces, as well as 2 ducted roof airs. Man, that Cummins sounds good, don't it? 8.9, 400 horsepower. Man, this thing will go. We'll see it when we'll drive it here in a minute. 10,000 pound tow capacity, 1,200 pound-feet of torque. That's where your power comes from. Wow. Power cord, power hose reel. Got your air filter right here. Everything pretty easy to get to, guys. Man, look at those wheels. Man, those are pretty. Got the valve extenders. Wet bay. Here's where you can winterize. You can hook your fresh water, dump your tanks. Everything's in one convenient location. Even got an outside shower here to rinse off. See here, I can't get in here too much, but there's your propane bottle where you get your propane filled up. There's your stinky sleeky storage. So bottle looks good. Don't see any rust on it. Slide toppers and all your slide outs. You saw how good that roof looked. Electronics bay right here. Generators in the front, of course. Got some extra filters previous owners so generously left for you. So definitely going to leave those in there for you. Does have the 3 camera system, 1 for backup, 1 for side view. They all work, they're color. 1-piece windshield, great visibility. Quiet generator running right now. Got the chrome velvet mirrors. Now guys, I know this thing may not have all the latest and greatest technology. It probably is not going to have smart TVs, Wi-Fi extenders and cell phone boosters and all that, but I'm looking at the build quality, all that technology stuff. I mean, if you got to have that, which I'm not a fan of all that stuff. I like to get away from everybody when I'm camping. But if you got to have all, you can add that stuff yourself. I'd rather have the build quality and just add that stuff as needed myself, and that way I can get the very latest and greatest. I'm gonna go ahead, well, I probably won't let me bring them in with the motor running. I'll probably have to cut the motor off. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. I'm gonna cut the motor off, but real quick. Dash air actually works. I mean, it's running cool at idle. It might get colder as we go down the road. At the very worst case, it may need a shot of Freon, but 45,585 on the clock. The only thing I see wrong with it, like a lot of motorhomes that sit a lot between uses, it does have an ABS light on. Sometimes that goes away, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's just a sensor that's dirty, it needs to be taken apart and cleaned. Sometimes it needs to be replaced. I mean, obviously the brakes work, and we'll dry it out when we drive it, but you know, it's gonna have that on there when I sell it, guys. I don't have a diesel shop right now that can get this thing in to fix it with any time within 6 or 8 weeks. Unfortunately, right now, they're still going through labor shortages on diesel mechanics. So, you know, that's something, I mean, if you want us to fix it, we can, but expect it to take a long time. And honestly, most 2008 model diesel motorhomes you look at, especially ones that have got low miles like this, that light's going to be on probably 60-70% of them. And most people are going to buy them and drive them and not give that light a second thought. So, in fact, I've got on my personal motorhome, I've got that light on, and I just don't pay it no attention, guys. That's it. Mine's a gas. So, but you know, a lot of people got to realize, you got to keep in perspective, you are still driving a 15-year-old vehicle. It's not new. As nice as this unit is, it's not new. Let me go ahead and bring it in. Being a little slow because of the high wind, but you can see the power awning works, looks great. I just don't want to take a chance of ripping that fabric. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the door awning here in a second. So, but you can see all that looks great. And hey, the shocks that protect it from high winds obviously work. And it does have the metal cover too that goes on it. So you don't have to worry about getting too close to a limb. And there's your door awning, and it ripping your canvas. So there you go. So both your awnings work. And this is a beautiful Class A motorhome, guys. Now, the previous owners have done a little bit of remodeling. As far as furniture, I don't think I mean, they haven't done anything extreme, like painted the walls or anything like that, but they have removed the sofas and set this up as a couple's motorhome only. They have put a little padded bench over there, which you can take that out, put your desk and entertainment center, whatever you want to put right there. And they put two very comfortable recliners right here instead of the main sleeper sofa. So you can only sleep two in the current configuration. So, you know, we can work something out. If you want this thing and you want a sleeper sofa right here, it originally came with a sleeper sofa right here and a little chase lounge love seat right here. But of course, I can get something pretty close to the color of these chairs in a sleeper sofa if that's what you want. Just let your salesperson know. We'll work out a deal on all that stuff if you decide to buy this motorhome. Or honestly, if it's just the two of you, I'd just leave it like it is, because what I would do, especially if I was going to hit the road a lot, is I would, and it's just me, you know, I'm not much on TV, but obviously if you're going to be in this thing hitting the road for a while, I would remove that little bench seat and put me in a nice entertainment center right there. Big TV in a perfect spot, sitting at these recliners to watch it. You know, if you watch a lot of TV, instead of that TV over there, which is not bad, but I mean, you could put probably a, heck, I don't know, 50-inch TV, maybe bigger, right here versus that little 32-inch. So you're going to see it a lot better. Man, ain't this a beautiful RV, guys? Ceramic tile floor, and they did remove the original carpet and put hardwood down, but they did a good job, and really looks good. None of the ceramic tiles cracked. All the solid surface countertops look great. Does have the upgrade Samsung all-electric refrigerator. That thing's a massive refrigerator for a 37-foot motorhome. And it's already cold. And the good thing about that refrigerator is that you can, if you don't want to run your generator going down the road, even though most of the time when you drive a Class A, guys, I've owned Class A's myself, you're going to, 90% of the time, you're going to run that generator. That's the only way you're going to be able to cool your back behind the driver's and passenger seat off, because that dash air is going to help the driver in the passenger seat, or the passenger, but it's not going to do anything for anybody back here. It's kind of like throwing a single ice cube in a 400-degree oven. Expect that single ice cube to cool that oven off. It's just not going to happen. I mean, you got to have both of these 13,500 BTU units on to cool this 37-foot motorhome off, whether you're driving or parked. And if it's really hot outside, you want to go ahead and get a jump on cooling this thing off. So when you're going down the road, you definitely want to get those on and cooling this thing off while you're getting to your destination. And that's what that 8 kW generator diesel's for, guys. You're not going. It's just like the motor. You're never going to wear that thing out. I've seen those Onan diesel generators with 30 and 40,000 hours on it. So no problem there. Man, these seats look just like 45,000 mile seats should look like, which are pretty much perfect. Flex steel, the best. They both swivel for party seating. The passenger seat is a recliner. And everything up here works, guys. And I've been playing around with this thing. You know, I don't just go in these things, turn on a bunch of lights, and start shooting a video, guys. I spend hour and a half in every motor, especially a motorhome like this that I like, just going over everything. Of course, you can see your camera going through its test cycle, got a good clear picture. Turn your blinkers on. Of course, I got the door open there. That's right camera, left camera, and of course here in a minute it'll go back to the reverse camera. You've got the power adjustable pedals. You've got the driver's shade that comes down. You've got the passenger shade that comes down, goes back up. You've got the heated power mirrors, automatic traction control, which was, you know, a pretty big thing back then. You do have the Aladdin driving computer, and from here you can do get your coach info. You can change your input for your cameras and do all kinds of things with that Aladdin driving computer, which I know is kind of obsolete now, but back then it was the big deal. So, and of course you can go down here and adjust your screen for all that. Heated power mirrors, power gear, hydraulic leveling jacks, not the electric ones like they put in them now. Hydraulic slide outs, which I'll bring them in later in the video before we take it for a test drive, show you what it looks like with them in, because you do have two sets of opposing slide outs, so obviously it's going to look a lot different with the slide outs in versus them out. It's just one of those that you can, oh yeah, let's see if this works here. Well, probably just on the rear, but this thing should have the up and down button for your rear camera, so that you can adjust it for to move it up and down, like if you're towing a car and you want to see up close, see what it looks like. So I'll play with that here in a minute. Pretty cool, guys, pretty cool. All solid hardwood cabinets. I mean, these are only the best. And does have the surround sound stereo. Man, the air conditioners are nice and cold. I love the room in here. I mean, this is a medium-sized diesel at 37 feet. It's not small, it's not big. You know, big, you're getting, when you get over 40 feet, that's considered a big diesel to me. And when you're under 35 feet in a diesel, that's small. So 35 to 39 feet, I consider that a medium-sized diesel. And you know, you've got all kinds of storage, you know, good cabinets. You know, still got 3-burner stove top. Doesn't look like it's hardly been cooked in. Looks like it is missing one of the sink covers, so it probably got broken sometime over the last 15 years. But I mean, that's just part of buying a used RV, guys. I mean, you look at what this thing cost new back then, was over $250,000, and now I was looking at 2018 model used Monaco Diplomats, which are not even built the same as this. Those were built by Rev Group. Not near the quality that these are built. I mean, they're basically a rebadged Fleetwood, and they even used, they were $250. And they don't even have, they've even got the smaller motor in them. I think most of those have got the 340 and 360 horse Cummins. This has got the 400. So definitely got the monster refrigerator and freezer. And what's nice about this versus an RV refrigerator freezer, you turn this thing on, within an hour it's ready to put food in it. I guess that's gonna be your pantry. Yep. Pantries, table, chairs, split bath with a large shower skylight, glass-in shower. You know, obviously this thing's not been stored outside much because all this is not bleached yellow from the sun coming through the skylight. But you can tell that from the outside anyway. Open this up, guys. You've got a porcelain RV toilet. Fantastic vent fan. Ceiling panels look good. I don't see anything sagging. Any signs that any of them's been changed out. So right there tells me that probably hasn't had any roof leaks of any significance. Medicine cabinet. Large rear bedroom. Before we get into it, this is your thermostat for your heat and air. Of course, over here, slide out controls. There's your Magnum inverter controls. There is your power management system. Queen bed in the back bedroom. Storage underneath the bed. Big closet, solid sliding closet doors. There's your breakers over there. And open this bad boy up here. Excuse the big ugly guy in the mirror, he's not included with it. Looks like somebody's built some kind of homemade rack down here. But again, guys, you know, you're talking about a 15-year-old RV. You know, some modifications are to be expected. Again, 15-year-old, I'm not 15 years old. I'm not making any excuses for it. It's still a used RV. Does have washer and dryer combination. Probably not been used like most of them, but it's got one. So you do have that. Good deep storage in here. At the foot of the bed, you've got another television, drawer, cabinet space. The good thing about it, of course, I won't know till I bring it in, but you should be able to use the bed no problem with the slide outs in. Good, nice and cold back here. And what's cool about it, and literally, is you know, if it's really hot outside and you've got both ACs running, you can turn the cool jet on this rear AC, open that up, and most of the contents, or most of the output from that 13.5 BTU ducted roof air will dump out here in the bedroom. You can close this door off, trap that air in here, and hang meat in this bedroom if you want a cool off place, especially if you've been outside working and sweating and just want a place to cool off for a little bit. You'll love that. That's one thing I do miss about my Class A, was the ability to do that. But 7-foot tall ceilings inside. I love it, guys. No smoke or pet odors. They just don't get any nicer than this for an 08. And 400 horse Cummins, for those of you that want towing capacity, 10,000 pound tow capacity, 1,200 pound feet of torque. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to pause the video for a minute and bring the rooms in and show you what it looks like with it in, show you how to bring the rooms in, and then I'll get somebody to be my temporary cameraman and we'll take it for a test drive, show you what that 400 horse can do. Of course, you know, this is a 37-foot motorhome, so I mean, I'm not expecting to run like a new Corvette or anything like that, but it'll surprise you how well and how much power it has for a 37-foot Class A. And this unit is $89,900, includes our major systems inspection. And guys, pay attention. You know, nobody can guarantee everything to work on a used RV. There's no way. You know, we do more than probably 80-90% of the other dealers out there. What we do includes our major systems inspection for that $89,900 price, which is several thousand back of NADA base retail with no added options, even though this thing has full body paint, washer and dryer, power awning, and several others that you can add to it if you wanted to. But an inverter and things like that. But, and obviously 45,000 miles and a dang nice one at that. But we're still going to include our major systems inspection. So what it is after purchase, you know, my certified RV techs are going to go through this unit, and we're going to check your slide outs, make sure they function correctly. We're going to check both your roof air conditioners, make sure they get the operating temperature, even though I've already checked those. I'm not an RV tech, even though I do a lot of my own work and I know a lot about them, but my guys will do it officially. And we'll check the refrigerator, freezer, make sure it gets the operating temp. We'll check the water system for you. It's got 10-gallon DSI gas electric water heater. We'll check that, make sure it works. We'll check all your faucets, your plumbing, toilets, spigots, things like that. We're going to check your steps, make sure they work. We're going to check the drivability, which we'll do that here in a minute when we drive it anyway. And but again, guys, they'll do it officially. And of course, I take it just for my viewers and my subscribers. I kind of take it a little further than what we normally check out, because, you know, open the bay, show you what they look like. I put the awnings out. We don't cover awnings with our checkout, but I show you what they look like, make sure they work. Because, you know, if it's not broken, you really can't fix it. So if it works now, it's going to work when you buy it. So you know that stuff works. And lights, stuff like that. Got one light so far that I found that right there that doesn't work. Those are $10, $15 on Amazon. You'll have to fix that. We don't get into that. No big deal. You know, and you know, anything else like that doesn't work, it's up to you to fix it. We just cover the major stuff that can ruin your camping trip, your RV trip, if it doesn't work. We leave the Mickey Mouse minor stuff to you, because any RV you buy, guys, it doesn't matter if it's new or if it's used. It doesn't matter the brand. It doesn't matter the type. It doesn't matter how much you spent on it. Whether you spent 90 grand, 200 grand, or $5 million on a new or used motorhome, you're going to work on it at some point. Usually the first few months you own it, you're going to work on it as well. That's just part of owning one. And I don't know why people think, I guess because they've been going to other places, talking to other salespeople who lie to them and tell them they think they're going to buy a motorhome and never work on it. Guys, there's no such thing. It's like owning a boat, like a houseboat or a cruiser or anything like that, or an airplane or anything like that. You're going to work on it. There's maintenance and repairs and upkeep, and you're going to want to do upgrades, and you know, an RV is always going to have stuff that you're going to want to fix on it. I mean, that's just part of owning one. And I'm not making it sound like you're all the time going to be working on it, because you won't be, but there's going to be times you're going to have to. And basic repair skills for any RV owner is pretty much a necessity. I'm not saying that you got to go to school, become an RV tech or nothing like that, but you know, common household repair things that you should know from owning a home, like how to change a, you know, light fixture out. Like those lights, there's 2 wires, positive and negative. They're 12-volt lights, I mean, and 2 screws. I mean, you ought to be able to know how to fix that, you know, just from owning a home. Or how to change out electrical outlet, or replace a faucet. Things like that, just from owning a home, you ought to be able to handle that on an RV, or pay somebody to do it for you. That's just part of owning one, guys. You know, I'm Big Bo. I tell things like it is. You know, no RV is repair free. There's no such thing. You can go out and, like I said, you can go out and spend $5 million and buy the most expensive brand new motorhome ever built. I'm talking all the bells and whistles, all this, all that, and you're still going to work on it. It's going to come to you with defects from the factory, and you'll have a warranty for the first year or so that'll cover it, but then it's going to sit for months at a dealer's lot for a repair that you can do yourself in a couple of hours, while it's going to sit for months on a dealer's lot waiting for warranty authorization and parts. Again, a lot of times you can fix it yourself in just a few hours and a little bit of money and parts, instead of waiting months and months and months to get it back. So, you know, that's just part of owning one, guys. And I just want you to be completely clear. So what I recommend everybody does before you buy an RV from us, or really from anybody else, is do one of 2 things, or both. Is come inspect the unit for yourself. So you know we cover the major stuff. So you can check everything else for yourself. Make sure, see what works, what doesn't. Basically, if it's covered under a major systems inspection, which again, roof airs, refrigerator, freezer, generator, we make sure it works. We make sure slide outs work, plumbing systems work, and everything, and steps and drivability, everything else sold as is. So if everything else means if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's up to you to buy it or not buy it based on what you feel comfortable with, what works and what doesn't. So that's why you need to come inspect it for yourself, or the best thing to do is hire a third-party inspector to come look at the RV before you decide to buy it. And I'm not going to sit here and recommend some, even though there are some that I can recommend, but that would kind of be like a conflict of interest, I think. So I'm just going to let you get online, just Google RV inspectors around Chattanooga, Tennessee, and there's several of them between here and Atlanta, Georgia that will come here. Most of them are good, a couple of them are not, but you can get on the reviews and you can see which ones are good, which ones are not. Make your own decision, spend a few $100s, let them inspect the motorhome, and that way you know what works and what doesn't before deciding to buy it or not buy it. And I recommend that for any new or used RV purchase. I would get one, even if I was buying a new pop-up, I would get one of those inspectors to look at it. That's just me, if I was a retail buyer. But you be your own judge. You know, some people do, some people don't. In fact, I got an inspector supposed to be here. In fact, we even put a shed up just for the RV inspector to use with power and water. Or the employee, or if a customer comes wants to inspect it herself, if it's available. If an inspector's not use it, we'll let the customer use it when they do their own inspection too. So if it's open, but that's what we welcome RV inspectors. That's the thing. When you talk to other RV dealerships, a lot of them don't even allow them on their lot. And when I find a deal, if I was going to buy from a dealer that didn't allow an RV inspector, I'd find me another dealer pretty quick, because they're hiding something. I try to be as open and transparent as possible. They're welcome here. In fact, we had one inspector that liked us so much and liked the quality of our used RVs that he sent his parents down here to buy an RV from us. So if that tells you anything about the quality of the RVs we sell. And again, guys, I'm not going to mention no names because that'd be conflict of interest. So, all right, guys. I'm going to pause the video for a minute. This unit is $89.9, haggle-free firm, includes our major systems inspection. It is plus applicable sales tax. Georgia residents and Georgia residents only. This does not apply to out-of-state buyers. Have to pay a $50 to $100 highway impact fee and a $40 to $50 tag and title fee. Now, we're not like other dealers. We don't add on fees like dock fees and prep fees and inspection fees and tag and title fees, and well, we do tag and title for Georgia residents, but we don't add destination fees. We don't add happy camper fees. We don't have forced upsells or any upsells whatsoever. You know, here's the thing, guys. Let's just say we have this motor on for $89.9 and Ripoff World's got, let's just say by some miracle they have the same year, make, model, miles, everything for the same price. You come here, it's $89.9 plus applicable sales tax. You go there, it's $89.9 plus the sales tax, plus they're going to add $2,000 or $3,000 in all these crazy fees, which are nothing but dealer profit. And then they're going to start talking about upsells. They're going to make you buy an extended warranty. They're going to make you buy gap insurance. They're going to make you buy this, 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 and this, and this. Vacation packages. They're going to make you buy tire and wheel protection. They're going to make you buy roadside assistance. All this stuff is marked up 4 or 5 times dealer cost, and the sad thing is most of it's not worth the paper it's written on, and most of it you can buy away from the dealership for a fraction of the cost, because regardless of what they tell you, none of it is dealership exclusive. They buy these warranties for $1,400-$1,500 from the wholesale from these warranty companies, and they sell them to you for $7,000 or $8,000. They pocket the profit, but the bad thing is that warranty company only sold those things for $1,400-$1,500. You really think they're going to pay any kind of claim? The way they write those things up, they have an out for pretty much any major claim. They might pay a $200 or $300 claim, but then they're going to charge you a deductible that's going to pay them back for most of that. But if you come in there with a major several $1,000 claim, they're going to turn it down. They're going to deny it. You don't believe me? Get on YouTube and look. You're going to see all kinds of people who documented on video all these aftermarket warranties that deny their claims. That's why we don't sell them, guys. Because all you're doing is just giving money away. Just so you can say you got a warranty. But a warranty's no good if it doesn't pay anything. They get their money from selling those warranty policies to dealerships for wholesale. They don't make money by paying claims. So keep in mind, they're all ripoffs. So always say no to any and all upsells. If you buy from a big dealership, don't get suckered into the whole payment game where they start talking about, oh, for this payment you get this, this, and this, and for, you know, $40 more a month you get this and this added to it, or for this much more a month you get that, and plus all this. They pull a menu out on you and all that, guys. That's when you just need to get up and leave. Always look. Don't look at your payment. I know that's hard to do because it's human nature to always concentrate on how much you're paying a month instead of how much you're financing, but you always want to look at the amount you're financing, not what you're paying a month. You'll be shocked. You'll see $89,900 turn into $110,000, $120,000 very, very quickly when you start looking at the amount you're paying for it instead of the amount you're paying a month. And that's when they get nervous too, because they know you're on to their scam when you start insisting on seeing the exact amount of money that you're financing. And then don't just come out and ask them and they tell you, oh, I think it's around this. That's another trick they do. They estimate, or they say they think. Ask them to write down the exact dollar and cent amount that you are financing, and write it down and keep that piece of paper. Yeah, you'll see a whole different ball game then. You'll see, you talk about a finance manager sweating, he knows he or she knows that their scam is called when that happens. So that's why I urge caution, guys, when dealing with these big corporate RV dealerships. They don't just make their money on the front end, which is the difference between what they paid for a unit and what they sold it for. They make so much of their money on profit on after the sale, the financing. If you go in and get financed for an RV to RV dealership, they're getting you approved at a lot lower rate than what they're signing you up for. They have a deal worked out with their lenders where they can mark the interest rate up 1%, 2% or more. And when you're talking $90,000, or by the time you add all the upsells that you're financing, 110, 120 grand, just a 1% difference in your interest rate can add thousands of dollars to the overall price of the RV by the time you pay it off over the life of an RV loan. Here, guys, we don't play any of those games. Whatever the rates you get approved for by the bank is what you pay. There's no upsells, there's no fees besides applicable sales tax and Georgia residents. There's a tag and title and a highway impact fee, and like I said, that's less than $200 for all that. Not counting your tax, of course. And if you got any questions about that, give us a call. My salespeople can probably explain to you a little better than us, but that's what makes us different than everybody else. When you see us advertise a price, that's just pretty much your out the door price. Where everybody else, you might as well add an extra 10, 12, 15, maybe 20 grand to it before that's your actual out the door price. Not to mention how much higher in interest you're going to pay if you finance. In fact, a lot of dealers now charge you extra to bring cash, or go to your own bank and get financing from your own bank, because they miss out on thousands of dollars in profit when you do that. So they're charging customers more to pay cash for one than finance to their lenders. And well, you know, that's the way it is. Here we don't care. You can bring cash, even though we prefer you not bring $100 bills, because it's not safe to travel with that amount of money. We actually prefer that you bring a cashier's check or do a wire transfer once you get here and accept the RV and make sure it meets your approval, just for safety factors sake. But we're not going to turn down cash if you bring it either, but we do prefer that you don't bring it. But like I said, we're not going to turn it down either. We take trade-ins. We have financing available with approved credit and down payment, no interest rate markup. If you want to know the latest information about that, give us a call. You know, we're not going to be like other dealers and shy away from giving you a rate. You know, other dealers don't want to give you a rate because If they give you an estimated rate, they know they can't make money off of you. Here, guys, we're not making money off financing, so we're not going to shy away from what we think your rate's going to be. Like I said, we're old school, independent mom and pop dealer, a dying breed in this country, and we're going to continue to be that way. So thanks again for watching. Hang tight, I'm going to bring these rooms in. Sorry this is a long video, but I got a lot of stuff to cover. So hang tight, and I'll see you in just a second with the slide outs in. Alrighty, I've got the slide out rooms in, and pretty simple. Of course, like all slide outs in all RVs, I always take the following steps just for safety's sake. So I go outside and make sure all the bays are closed, latched, and locked before I take one for a drive. Of course, I make sure the awnings are all put up. On this particular one, before I drive it, I'm gonna make sure the fridge is secured. It's got safety latches to keep the doors from coming open, and all the closet doors and shower doors and all that are locked and stuff. What you want to do, of course, bring both front seats all the way forward, because this has 2 front slide outs. So you want to make sure that you're not going to rub the back of your seats, and you can reposition them for driving and for your passenger after you have your slide out in. But once you do all that, motor's got to be off. Of course, parking brake's going to be on anyway. And looks a lot different, doesn't it? You've got 2 sets of opposing slides, but still plenty of room to walk between them when they're in. And you know, little tight squeeze right here for me. I'm 300 pounds, 6'4". But I still got pretty much full access to everything. My kitchen, my refrigerator, freezer, my bathroom. And like I suspected, I still have full access to my queen bed in the back. A little harder to get to the closet, but it's all right. I'll lose access to my washer and dryer, but I don't really think I'll be doing a load of clothes going down the road anyway. I mean, I guess technically you could if you set it before you took off, but if you had to, of course, you lose access to some of your storage at the foot of the bed, but no problem there. And you still got full access to everything else. To bring the slide outs in, all your controls are right here in one spot. They're all hydraulic, so you can bring one in at a time. It just takes a few seconds. They're actually pretty quick because they're hydraulic versus electric. So the only thing is with hydraulic slide outs, of course, when it's really, really cold outside, hydraulics are a little bit slow to get going. So remember that. If you're in sub-zero weather, them slide outs, that hydraulic fluid is a little slow to pump sometimes. But I mean, obviously they're fine right now because it's in the low 70s. But yeah, very easy to do, guys. Full access to everything. So hang tight. Let me get somebody to ride with us, and we're going to take it for a test drive, and I'll see you right back from the driver's seat.
I'm on.
Hold a minute. All right, everybody. Now we're going to test drive this beautiful 2008 Monaco Diplomat. Got my good buddy Mick, one of our salespeople, who's going to be our cameraman. And if y'all have any questions about this RV, give him a call at 706-965-7929. He'll be glad to answer any questions. But we're going to test drive it. Looking forward to this one. Guys, ain't nothing drives like these Roadmaster chassis. I mean, these things just have this great ride. This is the, I don't know if I mentioned it or not in the video, this is the RR8R chassis with the 8 outward mounted airbags and the air glide suspension. So, man, this is going to be sweet. 45,000 miles. And this is not the one with the trailing arm recall either. That's the RR4R. So, so that we can get a clear opening in this traffic, we'll take her up the road and see what this 400 horsepower diesel can do, which might be a minute. Well, maybe more than a minute. Great visibility out this thing with the side cameras, the rear view cameras, and the big one-piece windshield. And this should be an easy drive if we ever get to get out there. Definitely going to try to weasel our way out. One thing I do like about a Roadmaster is they have an excellent turning radius, even more than a Freightliner does. Allison 6-speed automatic, shifting smooth. Guys, there is nothing like a diesel motorhome, a diesel pusher motorhome as far as ride and drive. Yeah, they cost more. They cost more to buy up front. Fuel costs a little more. They cost more to maintain, but like anything else in life, guys, you get what you pay for. Man, smooth, quiet. Very, very nice. And that motor in the back, even with the generator running in the front, it's just very, very nice up here. Even it's windy today too, guys. Keep in mind, we've got some really high wind gusts. I couldn't even fly the drone hardly. And I can feel it a little bit, but not bad at all. We're going to take it down the interstate, see what kind of speed we can get it up to. This unit also has full air brakes as well. And I'll even try the exhaust brake when we get off the exit and see if it works all right. Let's see here. We're probably going to hit 55. Yep. We hit about 56 getting on the interstate. Not bad. And cruise control. If I can set it here. On, set. $65. Oh yeah. Cruise is good. Tires ride excellent. I'm fighting the wind just a little bit because we got some dust today, but yeah. I'm still driving it one hand, easy enough. We're going to get off here and I'll check the brakes as well as the exhaust brake. Exhaust brake works. I mean, the exhaust brake is not made to bring you to a complete stop. It's just made to slow you down. But like going down a mountain or down a hill. Yeah, guys, this thing is nice. This is really a treat to drive this one. And don't take my word for it. Come out and try it out for yourself. Give Mick a call at 706-965-7929 if you're interested in this beautiful 08 Monaco Diplomat 36 PDQ. Don't expect this one to be on the market long. This thing is very, very nice. But smash us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and look forward to seeing you here in beautiful Ringo, Georgia.